First cathetus, second cathetus. I was thinking about solving a right-angled triangle. That is, I have a right triangle, a cathetus, it measures 3, the other one 4.
So the hypotenuse must measure.
Well, this famous Pythagorean theorem that told us that it was the square root and the sum of the square of the cathetus.
We see that the sum, we know how to do it.
The squares, we would know how to do it very easily, multiplying each number by itself, but we have to use the root. So the square root, we wonder whether it will be within the functions of Excel.
Logically, yes.
This is a spreadsheet, and within, when we want to insert a function, we can look for any. We could say square root, and it will surely find it for us. But in any event, if we, taking a glance, we see that the function families, we see that there is a family that are mathematical and trigonometrical functions. Okay, logically here we will have a lot of functions. Let's not forget that this is a spreadsheet and its very nature is to calculate. So mathematical functions, there are many. All the trigonometrical sines, cosines, random numbers, etc. And probably at a given moment, we will have the square root, which we already see tells us it works, putting the word root and between brackets a number which is the expression of what we want to calculate the root.
It returns the square root of a number.
Here we are going to tell it that here we are going to put the square root of a number, which we don't know, which is the sum of the cathetus squares. It is as easy as telling it that here, the number we have is 3 squared plus the cell in which we have 4 squared. And this is the argument that we see that in this moment is already telling me the result. B squared plus C squared is 25, and so the result of the root, the result of the formula, will be 5, which is the value of the hypotenuse. In this case, the square root of the sum of the square of this cathetus and that of this cathetus. Logically, if we put any other pair of values, it will give me the different solutions to the hypotenuse of this right-angled triangle. This is what we have here. We have, as we have seen, a lot of mathematical functions which, at any point, we might want to use, I don't know, for example, to calculate of all these numbers, to calculate the product of them all. The product, for example, of all these values. We would accept if this is what we want to do. We select this range and we see not the sum but the product of 3 times 2 times 4 and times 4, which would give us 96. Or calculate, we have seen there many more possibilities, such as, for example, rounding up a value that is not exact, rounded up to a given number of decimal places. There are many mathematical functions which logically are going to help me at any given moment to resolve the problem I have been posed. Logically, to a certain level of complexity, mathematics can be very complicated, but the spreadsheet will help me to resolve many problems in everyday life or even specialist techniques.